Hello, Jimmy Jam Oracle, and welcome to my channel. And remember, we welcome the spirits to help us out with today's read, and today we're doing Amberlynn Reid. Just gonna do some simple 3-card reads just to figure out what's going on with her. I'm somewhat caught up with her. To be honest, it's kind of hard getting caught up with her because her life is so full and so entertaining. So I can't keep up. Cannot keep up. But let's get started. I'm shuffling the deck right now. Let's do our little taps. Clear the deck. Wake up the spirits. Say, spirits, can you help us with this read today for Amber? Anything you'd like to tell us? Anything specific? Like, what's her energy right now? What's she up to? What is she up to? Let's find out. Okay, first card. We have the 8 of Swords. It's upright. It says negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, victim mentality, and victim mentality. There we go. And entrapment. It does say self-imposed restriction, and usually, in girl world, I associate that with diets. Which actually I think Amber did just say she was going to start something new because the no diet is out the window. What to do? So I have imprisonment, which is odd because it seems, well, no, not really for Amber. I mean, her own body is her imprisonment. Yeah. So the next card we have the 2 of Wands. It is reversed. Says personal goals, inner alignment, fear of unknown, fear of change, playing it safe, and lack of planning. Okay, so it seems like she has ditched the no diet and is probably doing something else instead. I'm not sure what diet she's doing, but we see a lack of planning, which I do believe that's one of Amber's is one of her downfalls, because on camera it seems like she over plans things. Like she even has her little planner, but I think when it comes to the lack of planning, I think she doesn't plan for I don't think she plans out her meals very well, to be honest with you. Like, she's at home all the time, so ideally she should be cooking for every meal, you know, because like the stuff that she eats, it's for people who are like on the go. Like those, I know she was doing those little meal trays that she ordered. And like, that's for people who like, they work all day and, you know, they come home and they just want to pop something in the microwave, something healthy, and eat. And like, I think that's her lack of planning. Like, she's just not really thinking things out as well as she should. We also have the fear of change and the fear of the unknown. And for Amber, fear of change, maybe that is like diet related, but also could be her channel related, because like we said before, where that fear of change, the fear of losing viewers because she changes her content, you know, like losing the weight and getting healthy. That also could be under the fear of the unknown. She honestly has no idea how to be healthy, how to get healthy, how to overcome this issue with herself, which that also could be the lack of planning as well. But let's continue to the third card. What do we have? We have the 6 of Swords. It's upright. It says transition, change, leaving behind, releasing baggage, and moving on. Okay, releasing baggage and moving on. So we have fear of change. So this is her present state right here. And this is in her future position. So we have change. So there was something she was afraid of, and now she's not afraid of it anymore. Could it be her unhealthy eating habits? Like, are we finally leaving that behind? Releasing baggage, moving on, perhaps losing the weight? Hang on. Let's explore this a little bit further. Let's ask the spirits. Spirits, can you explain the 6 of Swords in Amber's read? Oops. I did have a jumper. It has landed on my leg. I guess I can call that upright. Here, we'll read the jumper real quick, and then I'll draw the 3 cards. The problem is I don't know if it's upright or upside down because of how it landed. Let's just read it as an upright. It says wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, prosperity, and generosity. Again, we have pentacles, so that's the coin. So this is usually like financially driven. So it seems like whatever change she makes does work out for her. Assuming this is how the card was supposed to have been read. Because we also have greed, overindulgence, material loss, stubborn, obsessed with wealth and status, and financially inept, which we've gotten this card for her before in the reverse. My instinct says to keep it reversed, but let's put it off to the side. For now, I'll keep it like in view. But let's see what the spirits have to say about the 6 of Swords. We have the 10 of Swords, it's reversed, the Chariot. And we have, what is that? The King of Cups. And also reversed. Let's scoot everyone up just a hair. There we go. So we have this 9 of Swords. And it is inner turmoil, deep-seated fears, the secret to releasing worry, hope, and reaching out. It says reaching out. That one really sticks out to me because she's talked about inpatient before. She actually she was not going to do inpatient, but she has talked about therapy. So like the transition, the change, maybe it's the change of actually getting therapy. They also have releasing baggage up there and secrets, which I find that to be, because maybe the releasing baggage, and maybe that's the secrets coming out. Also has releasing worry, which again, like that can be seen as baggage as well, like releasing the baggage, or even like leaving behind. Is she leaving behind some sort of worry? Let's keep going. We have the Chariot here. To reversed, it says self-discipline, opposition, lack of direction. So again, we have lack of planning, and now we have lack of direction. We also have lack of control, aggression, arrogance, and carelessness. The aggression and arrogance, I think so. I'll be honest with you, the accusations of her being an abuser, or I just seeing too much evidence of it. So like the aggression and the arrogance, definitely, I think this definitely describes Amber. I wonder if that's the lack of control it's describing. Like maybe it's a lack of personal control. You know, like the lack of control over her emotions, which reaching out to therapy, if that's what this reaching out is, would benefit her, would help her to, you know, leave that behind. Or maybe that's the change. Maybe it's just a change to her attitude. I don't know. I do think it is very interesting that it has lack of direction, and then we have lack of planning in the other card. So definitely it's saying like she doesn't really know what to do with herself, it seems like. So now we have the King of Cups. He is reversed. It says cold, bad advice, emotional manipulation, moodiness. So again, we have moodiness. And then we have like that aggression and the arrogance in the last card. Self-compassion and inner feelings. Okay, so it does seem like this moving on, like it has less to do with diet and more to do with her emotional state. Which makes me wonder about this card that says negative thoughts and the victim mentality as well. Even the entrapment, like the entrapment of being in this state of like the lack of direction, the lack of control. Like she seems to be stuck in there, and maybe that's the fear that she won't be able to get out of that. Then in the future in the future position, we have the emotional manipulation, the bad advice, even like the self-compassion. Self-compassion definitely goes under victim mentality in this card as well. And I really do think she plays like the victim mentality when it comes to her health and the self-compassion, when she, you know, uses her mental health as an excuse for things. So it seems like that's going to be the current state, unless it does say transition. So maybe she does like transition out of this when she reaches out. Maybe. Because it definitely says she's getting out of something. But let's why speculate when we can ask the spirits? Let's ask the spirits about the jumper. This King of Pentacles, which I'm pretty sure I have it in the right position, because that was in the position it was the last read I had for her. The spirits, can you explain the King of Pentacles in Amber's read? Oh, you know what? Okay. Either I'm a bad shuffler or 3 cards magically jumped out of my hand. Let's lay them out. Ooh, we have the Tower. Oh gosh, I love the Tower. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands first. Mind you, I'm not sure what order these guys were supposed to be in because they all jumped out at the same time, like in a little pile. But we have delays, lack of motivation, lack of energy, lack of passion, weighed down, and boredom. Okay, definitely weighed down is Amber's current state, I would suppose. Does I have lack of energy in the boredom too as well? I absolutely can see the boredom and feel it when I'm watching it. Okay, so then we have the Tower. We have sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelation, disaster, awakening, release, and sudden insight. Okay, so we have awakening and sudden insight. For some reason, those really stick out to me. And I wonder if that has something to do with the moving on, the transition that's happening up here. Because the Tower is, it is a transitional card because it talks about upheaval and chaos. So like in sudden change. Okay, there we go. So it describes a change, but it's something that it's a very drastic change. Like it's something that's going to like sort of shake her world, I guess. So you know, like the lightning striking the Tower. Whether it's a good change or a negative change is a bit iffy. It does say disaster, but the Tower doesn't necessarily have to be a negative card. I do think it's confirming the change. Like, even though Amber is afraid of change, like something is definitely going to change, and it's going to change like that. All right, then we have the, what is that? The Four of Cups. It's upright. It says meditation, contemplation, apathy, revelation, and disconnected. Okay, so the meditation, the the contemplation, I feel like maybe that has to do with this King of Cups, like exploring those inner feelings. Maybe even it could explain this one right here. The 9. Oh gosh, I almost put my hand in the fire. Okay, sorry. We have the inner turmoil, releasing worry, the reaching out. Like, I think, because I think a good therapist would recommend meditation. I know with my anxiety and my depression, like meditation is definitely like recommended. And honestly, I've been doing a little bit better since I've started. But even like the contemplation, like her just thinking about like the reaching out and like the inner feelings and stuff, or even like trying to change the aggression, the arrogance, or like even like the lack of control. Like, let's say she's trying to control that or like address it, like that. Addressing that in therapy is like, you know, detrimental to therapy. Like she has to do that. So I'm just wondering if she's telling the truth about seeing the therapist. And maybe like it's going to be slow going with the therapy, but something, I don't know, something. Let's ask the spirits about the Tower, because we have time. We have plenty of time. No. Oh, sorry. I'm like on the floor when I do this. Because I was gardening yesterday. Starting my vegetable garden. Okay. Sorry. Enough about me. Spirits. Can you explain the tower in Amberlynn Reid? What sudden upheaval? What change? Is it good? Is it bad? Oh, I got another jumper. Oh, I got 2 jumpers. We have the 9 of Cups, and we have Strength. Oh, it would be nice if you could see it too. There we go. Alright, so it says wish come true, contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability. I'm really feeling the emotional stability because, like, throughout this whole read right here, like, we've been talking about instability and what else? Yeah, we've just been talking about, like, how emotional, like, manipulative and arrogant and aggressive, and like the emotional stability in this card really speaks out to me. And then we have Strength over here. We have courage, passion, subtle power, persuasion, influence, inner strength, focus, and compassion. I don't really feel, I know it seems like this card is positive, but for some reason I'm getting like a negative feedback from this card. The subtle power and the persuasion, like I'm feeling the, I know I had one in this card. Hang on now, the manipulation, emotional manipulation. So this is inner strength. I don't know, I'm feeling something really negative from it. I'm feeling emotional manipulation. Like, would she be trying to manipulate the therapy? Ooh, and maybe the other cards were saying, like, she'll come off as, like, trying to change. Hey, I'm gonna ask the spirit. Do, like, card shuffle and then do this. Spirits, can you explain, is this manipulation? Is this... I wonder if that's what the cards are actually trying to say. Hang on. Spirits. Okay. There were no fallouts. I'm going to assume this is... we have the 5 of Wands, the Page of Cups, and we have, was that the Queen of Swords? This one's reversed, the 5 of Wands. It says avoiding conflict, respecting differences, agreeing to disagree. The agreeing to disagree part really sticks out to me. So, like, is it Amber just being like, it is what it is when it comes to her mental health? Now let's look to the next one. We have the Page of Cups, also reverses emotional immaturity, insecurity, disappointment, new ideas, and creative blocks. Okay, so emotional immaturity and insecurity is definitely, even the disappointment is sticking out to me. So I wonder if she's disappointed with therapy or she's going to become disappointed with therapy. I also have the Queen of Swords right here. She is upright. It says unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, and perceptive. And I just wonder, because we got this card the last read we did for her, I wonder if this is her therapist. Because, yeah, I guess the therapist would have the unbiased judgment and clear boundaries. Even like the direct direct communication, that's clearly like talk therapy, I would think. Even perceptive. Oh, of course, her therapist would be perceptive. They would have to be. I wonder if this is the person that rocks Amber's world. Maybe it's someone she won't... Like, I think what's going to happen is Amber is going to try to emotionally manipulate this person. And maybe even come off as arrogant and aggressive. But I also think it's not going to work. Because her future, in the future tense right here, it says transition, change leaving behind. Either that or she leaves behind the therapist and goes on to a new one. Oh, yeah, that could be it too. But let's end it on a positive note. Let's say Amber gets therapy, and even though she has a psychological warfare with this therapist, perhaps they end up doing something good for her. So real quick, let's do an intuition pull. So this is going to be a card just for you. So I'm going to shuffle these real quick, and hopefully we don't end up, well, I mean, we might end up with a card we've already read in this read. Okay. So I want you to think real hard about your current situation or a question you might have, or just like, I don't know, a person you're thinking about. I'm really feeling this area right here. Ooh, what did we get? Oh, we got the Magician. He's reversed though. It says manipulation, poor planning, trapped talents, insecure, lack of confidence, and narcissism. Are you guys still thinking about Amber? Probably. All right, well, thank you for joining me. And we thank the spirits for helping us out today. Thank you, spirits. And I hope you have a great day.